Yo, this is the Tommy TTM channel, and in this second subject topic video I'm gonna make is about Southeast Asia. What is happening in Southeast Asia of 2026? Right? What AI overview is showing me. You know what? I like AI overview. People nowadays use like chat GPT. But I like using AI overview because it gives you a quick answer. It's similar like chat GP chat GPT. Let me say it correctly. Chat GPT. It's the same thing like chat GPT. So I've been to Southeast Asia before. Only in one country in Southeast Asia. I only been to Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh City, the southern coast of Vietnam. I never went to the central coast of Vietnam. I never been to the northern side. I would love to someday, and will happen. I never been to Cambodia. I seen Cambodia videos on YouTube. There are pros and cons in Cambodia. There never been to Thailand. There are pros and cons in Thailand as well. Never been to Laos. There's pros and cons in Laos as well. Uh, Myanmar, I don't think I want to go there. It looks garbage. It looks so poor. It looks dirty, so dirty and poor looking. And I have a friend on. He has a YouTube channel. I'm not gonna say his name, but he been living in Vietnam for like 4 or 5 years, and he said he visited Myanmar, and he said that Myanmar, it was like a downfall. He didn't like it. Myanmar doesn't really impress me, so I don't care about reading the facts and pros and cons about Myanmar. I never went to the Philippines. Never went to the Indonesia and Malaysia at all, or nor Bernie. You know, the Philippines, it doesn't really open my eyes. It doesn't really impress me that much. All I see with the Philippines is just a beautiful woman and the nice island, nice beach, low cost of food, low cost of rent. But the Philippines doesn't really impress me. It doesn't really open my eyes because Philippines is a poor country. It's dirty there. I mean, you could do whatever you want. The police doesn't bother you. They don't harass anyone. You know, but you can still get arrested and go get arrested and go to jail. There was one Russian prankster on YouTube. Yes, 100,000 or a million subscriber. His name is Vitaly. You look up Vitaly prank videos on YouTube. He did a lot of pranks in the Philippines with the police as well, and unfortunately and sadly, he got arrested and now he's put in jail in the Philippines, and he's gonna have to be in the Philippine jail or prison place for I don't know how long, maybe 1 year, 2 years, or more. But it sucks for him, you know. So yeah, I want to talk about what is happening in Southeast Asia of 2026. All right, guys, I don't want to keep yapping too much. All right, in 2026, Southeast Asia faces significant political shifts with elections in Thailand and leadership changes in Vietnam, alongside ongoing instability in Myanmar, while navigating economic uncertainties, potential civil unrest in countries like Indonesia, Philippines, and Malaysia, and increased the geopolitical com- complexity with evolving U.S. to China relations, while grappling with climate change impacts. Key themes include democratic tests, economic resilience, and regional stability challenges. All right, so what's going on in the political transition and elections in Southeast Asia? I'm not talking about East Asia, all right, dumbass. I'm talking about Southeast Asia, right here that you see on the map. I'm not talking about China. I'm not talking about Taiwan, Japan, Korea. No, no, no. I care about Southeast Asia because I love Southeast Asia. All right. So, what's happening with the political transitions and elections of Southeast Asia in 2026? All right, Thailand. A what's going on in Thailand? All right, a snap general election is set for February 8th, focusing on civil military relations and constitutional reform. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you this, but there was some Thai troops from Thailand, and there was Cambodian troops or soldiers at the border of Cambodia and Thailand. There was like a little war zone of going on there. Like they were shooting guns at each other. They were shooting missiles at each other. I said, "Oh crap! I hope Cambodia is fine because Cambodia is like a size of Hawaii, or bigger than Hawaii." And I was hoping that Hawaii was still a safe country for the tourist people there and the visitor there and local residents there. But thankfully, the Thai, troops, military, they're not attacking all over Cambodia or Laos. In the name of God, happy that the people in Cambodia are safe in the central coast, in the southern coast, in the eastern coast, in the northern coast, because those area where I just said is safe in Cambodia, but Cambodia people who are living near the border near Thailand, it's not safe to go there at all because there was Thai and Cambodian troops, shooting at each other, and shooting missiles, because Thailand, I don't know what it is, but they want, to take over land. I guess they want power. I guess they want to expand the Thailand, village of area over Cambodia, but I don't think that's gonna happen at all. But right now, I think they stopped. Yeah, they already stopped because there was you know Thailand and Cambodia, government, you know, you know, in the military generals and soldiers, they were meeting up with each other in the room, talking about how they should get along with each other and stop fighting each other. All right, Vietnam. What's going on in Vietnam? All right, Vietnam is the Communist Party's 14th National Congress will set future leadership and development goals. All right, Vietnam's doing pretty well. All right, Myanmar. The junta's controversial multi-phase election plan continues, potentially deepening conflict. All right, there's something going on that's not right with Myanmar. I'm not 100% knowledgeable about it, but I know that Myanmar, yeah, it's not a good country to live in at all. It's pretty bad there. All right, Malaysia, Indonesia. What's going on with Malaysia, Indonesia? All right, let's see here. Political narratives around democratic reforms and governance continue to evolve with potential local elections and centralizing trends in Indonesia. All right, so Malaysia, Indonesia, they always been getting along. I believe they have been. You know, all right. So what's going on with the economic and social dynamics in Southeast Asia? All right. So economic headwinds, countries face challenges like inflation, trade vol- vol- volatility, and high energy costs. Though some markets show strong earnings growth. All right. So there are some Southeast Asian countries that are facing challenges like the inflation, like the high price of cost of living in an apartment, home, uh, high cost of increase of gas costs, food costs, uh, rent prices for I get yeah restaurants, business owned places as an example. Yeah, so pretty much Southeast Asia they're having a challenge of inflation just like the U.S. had and Canada has. U.S. Canada they have a serious inflation that increased gas price, food price, taxes, cost prices of own homes and rental prices. All right, what's going on with the civil unrest in Southeast Asia? High risk countries like Indonesia, Myanmar, and the Philippines could see protests over economic policies or governance. Oh crap. So these countries are having a serious risk, which is only three countries in Southeast Asia: Indonesia, Myanmar, and the Philippines are having a protest over economy policies and the government. Oh crap! Yep, I would avoid that. Yep. All right, the climate change. Okay, what's going on with the climate change in Southeast Asia? Rising temperatures and extreme weather events continue to impact the region. All right. As for my personal experiences, when I was in Vietnam, Vietnam has a extreme weather. Like it's always either warm or hot and humid there. So if you're in a country like Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, or the Philippines, you better make sure you buy a battery fan or a wire plug fan, or buy some shorts, t-shirts where you can wear to cool yourself off and have a cold, you know, water bottle with you every single day with you in Southeast Asia, because the weather in Southeast Asia, it doesn't get like extremely cold like in Canada or Chicago or New York or Northern California. Those countries I just said, they get extremely cold. But Southeast Asia, they sure do not get extremely cold at all. It's extremely either hot or warm there, you know. So you don't have to never worry about, God, the freezy cold weather in Southeast Asia. To me, I love the cold weather, because you get to keep yourself warm, get to drink some coffee and tea, to be honest, I don't like the hot, humid weather. Although I can, deal with it. I can deal with the hot, humid weather in Southeast Asia, because I'm used to it. You get used to it. All right, what is going on with the geopolitical landscape? All right, U.S. and China. All right, Southeast Asian nations must navigate unpredictable U.S. foreign policy under an unpredictable administration and in embodied China. All right, regional tension. All right, border disputes like the ongoing Cambodia and Thailand conflict remain a concern. Yep, guys, this was happening like last month in December. Between November December, there was a conflict, hostility, of aggression, of fighting between the Cambodian Thailand border. You know, I don't know who started first. It's either the Cambodian military troops or the Thai military troops who were shooting at each other, shooting missiles upon the border area of land. Because one of them want to take over the land to increase their own country land. You know, but right now is January, so right now it seems like Cambodia and Thailand border area zone. They seem to not right now. They seem to not have any hostility or conflict right now. They seem to remain calm and have retreated it back to their military base. Now, what is this? ASEAN rose. The bloc faces renewed pressure to add instability, particularly in Myanmar. Yeah. All right. All right. Key focuses areas for 2026 in Southeast Asia. So, what's going on of the key focus areas of 2026 in Southeast Asia? Electrical integrity and democratic backsliding. Watching how elections in Thailand and elsewhere test public trust. Myanmar's civil war. Monitoring the Junta's attempts at legitimacy versus es- escala- escalating conflict. All right, something is going on with some type of war zone, fighting zone, hostility zone in Myanmar. Oh shit, I have no idea. All right, economic resilience, balancing growth with high living costs and global economic shift. All right, I did not know that this year, 2026, the first year, the first month of 2026. So Southeast Asia now they're facing the same inflation challenges, same way as how the US is facing the same inflation challenges. So the cost of living in an apartment, home, food prices, gas, has gone up, you know, higher, a little bit higher, not too high, but Southeast Asia is it's still a lower, cheaper cost to live there than the US and Canada for 100% sure, Yes. All right, geopolitical balancing. What's going on is managing relations with major powers amidst increasing strategy competition. Okay. Okay, so pretty much what's going on in the geopolitical balancing is each of these Southeast Asian countries, Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, Laos, Myanmar, Malaysia, Singapore, the Philippines, they are competing against each other. You know, each country are trying to become more rich, more socially better, more politically powerful, and have a better e- economy there for job opportunities, hiring jobs, to hire, people to work in their country. They want more people to come in their country. Each of these Southeast Asian countries on the map, you see, they're competing against each other. These, Southeast Asian countries, they're not trying to have the same way of living like the Canadian way of living or the American way of living. They're trying to become powerful like America, with the military, with the money, with the economy, with the social environment. They're trying to become more powerful like Canada, uh China, So each of these, Southeast Asian countries, what I'm reading here by AI overview is geopolitical balancing, managing relations with major powers, you know, increasing strategy competition. So you see, I'm not against that. I understand why, you know, different countries they compete against each other, you know, because they because different countries they want to become better, That's the main point for different countries. You want to become better with the environment, the economy of jobs, the business, the money, the power to increase more people to come in your country, because who on earth want to go live, and live in a nasty, dirty country? No one, right? No one. So Vietnam right now, you look at Vietnam on YouTube right now. Vietnam is doing pretty damn well. I mean, they have a lot of apartment there, a lot of hotels, restaurants, gyms, museums, tourist area. Vietnam is doing an incredible job. Cambodia is getting up there. Thailand is doing pretty damn well. But last year in 2025, there was a major bad disruptive eruption earthquake in Bangkok, Thailand. Like there was a bad earthquake. Like it break. Like the earthquake was so insane that it made this, you know 30-foot building drop to the ground. The bridges broke in pieces. The ground was shaking. I don't know if you know that, but Bangkok, Thailand last year did not do good. It was a major serious earthquake. You know, Thailand is doing good. Cambodia is good. Vietnam is good. Laos is good. Uh, I know for sure. Malaysia and Singapore, in Indonesia, they're doing good as well. But but Malaysia and Singapore and Indonesia, those countries are not for everyone. It's not for every tourist because those countries, Malaysia, Singapore is more like a strict, serious, business type of country. It's like New York City. Malaysia and Singapore. It's kind of like New York City. It's kind of like Los Angeles. It's like a city vibe business type of country. You can go to more of a laid back country, to laid back country like the Philippines, Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand. Those countries are pretty good. But Myanmar and yeah, Myanmar is not doing too well at all with the environment, the social environment, the social culture, and the economy there. It's not good. The power political there is not good. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching about what is happening in Southeast Asia of 2026. This is Tommy TTM channel. Thank you for watching. Click a like and put a comment below. Alright, good night.